Hey everybody, for this week's Speedy review, we are going to be reviewing the new Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Alright, so let me preface this. I have absolutely never read one of these books before. Yeah, not gonna happen. They're crazy thick, I'm super lazy. Sorry, not sorry. So if you're one of those people who are like, yeah, it was in the book, or yeah, if you just read all the books, then you would know. This review isn't for you. This is for the review who's like, oh hey, there's a new Hunger Games, let me go see what that's about. I heard it's a prequel. This movie takes place back from whenever the districts had just finished being defeated by the Capitol, and this is one of the first Hunger Games. I think it might be like the second or third one. I'm not really sure. It was kind of like 11 o'clock at night when I saw this movie. This movie is just kind of explaining how President Snow, from, the other Hunger Games with Katniss Everdeen, became kind of just the horrible guy he is today. Peter Dinklage, who I'm sure you remember from that one show, that one time, doing that one thing as a Lannister. I was so happy to see Viola Davis. So she came on screen. I was like, yep, Oscar winner. Yep, Golden Globe. Yep, I'm sure she's won a Grammy for something. This girl got her whole EGOT, my little EGOT winner, Viola Davis. And then she was a villain with 2 different color eyes. And I didn't want to like her. I was so torn. This is the first year that the people who are fighting in the arena have mentors, and it's just like an idea that they had. I think that the guy who played, Highbottom over there, Peter Dinklage, was just like, yo, I'm done with these games. Apparently it was like a drunken idea that he had with Snow's dad. He was just like drunk one day, like, hey, we'll show them from not rebelling anymore. Let's randomly pick some of their kids to fight each other. And the Snow guy was like, hey, it's not a bad idea. And then they did it. And then the poor guy, like his whole life, he's just like. One of my favorite things that I love about this movie is all of the crazy names, because it's Hunger Games, so they've got names like Katniss Everdeen and Coriolanus and Tigris and Galus and Vespinia. And I'm reading off of this, so if that's what you're wondering when I'm looking at, I'm trying to pronounce these names. Hilarious Heavensby, Pliny, Domida, but also Brandy. She doesn't make it too far, but I just thought that was hilarious that Brandy was thrown in the mix there. So yeah, this is the first year that people are trying to get spectators, because the idea of innocent children battling to the death until one person is living apparently isn't going over so well with society. Go figure. So, they got to add a reason to watch. Like, let's learn to like these people. Let's have this betting system going against them. Let's have my character win and your character lose. For me, this Hunger Games was a lot different. It wasn't a bunch of, young, able-bodied people who were chosen, who have the fire in them to fight back to the Capitol and wind up, fighting to the death with all of their archery skills and sword wielding. It was really like a bunch of random collected people. Some of them were missing limbs, eyes. One guy had rabies. Another girl definitely had corona. Just saying. It was a whole bunch of how and why are we watching these poor innocent people kill themselves. The movie was divided into 3 different sections, which I kind of love, because that's got to keep my interest going. Like, oh yeah, here we are in the story. It goes from the person actually winning, Lucy Gray, who has some sort of country album coming out next week. And then they go back to District 12, and this one guy, Snow, future President Snow, is after his Lady Grey. How can he start a new life with her? Because this all doesn't make sense and it's horrible. And yet somehow, at the end of the movie, the beautiful songbird becomes the venomous snake. Maybe turns Snow into what we know today. I did not go to see this movie because it was in the book, but I saw this movie because I was legit interested in seeing it. I want to see what happened before all of the Hunger Games that we know now. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 stars. I said it, 5 stars. Also, go rent it, because I paid like $25 and I own that movie forever. Just saying.